Back to another episode of The Human Edge, where we talk all things AI and implementation into your business and life. I'm your host, Patrick Somers, co-hosting with me, as always, Scott Stolze, and we've got some exciting stuff we want to share with you today. We are going to be launching our first ever live in-person workshop. And what do you think of that, Scott?
I mean, I'm probably the last person that you know in your circles that you would ever have to convince to come to an in-person event, but I love it. I'm excited. I've been going to several in Phoenix area where I live. And I'll tell you what, the learning that I've learned a lot online on my own late nights, but the real power is when you're in a room with other people who are also learning, getting better, and applying what they're doing with AI to their business, to their career.
Definitely. And we had Dan Kite on from the Center for AI Excellence. We had already been discussing this, but he kind of inspired us and accelerated our conversation, or I should say our timeline a little bit,
Yes.
That Scott and I have been talking about doing a live in-person event, a workshop. So it will be at a hotel. There may be some light hors d'oeuvres served. There may be a post-cocktail reception. Who knows?
We are, yes. Well, the first one is going to be in large part a great session to see and gauge what people in this community and people in this area really want to learn more about. Because we do this just like others are doing it for the benefit of you, for the benefit of the business owner down the street, for the benefit of the person who's been in corporate for a while or looking for a new job. We want to help people leverage AI to amplify all the things that you're great at and then some, and spread it to more and more people.
We're going to have two workshops, and if you come to either one, you're going to walk away with takeaways that you can put into place right away. Real, true tools, lessons that you can implement right away. Absolutely no charge. Come on out. We are going to share with you some of the ups and downs, the ins and outs of implementing AI, not just into a business, but into your personal life. How do you, maybe you're a solopreneur, maybe you're a mother taking care of the kids, getting them to from school and practice. Maybe you're just starting up a company, or you want to start a company and you're looking for the tools that can help you, that can accelerate you. How are you more efficient? How do you streamline the things you're doing to put out more in less time? How do you best optimize your day? How do you, as a single individual, now become a marketing department, a legal department, an HR department, a PR department, and build out your budgeting, a finance and accounting department? How does one person become all of those things? Those are the things we're going to show you how to do. And if you've already got a business and you've got a website, how do you become more efficient? How do you know more about how your website's performing without having to go interpret the data in Google? How do you do that? How do you not depend on your SEO company? Or if your SEO company is telling you certain things, how do you know the accuracy and validity of what they're telling you? Well, guess what? Those are some of the things we're going to share with you and show you how to do. That is going to be absolutely free. We're also going to have the second workshop, which is going to have a small fee, price of entry, because we're going to give you a lot more. And that one's going to be more in depth. We're going to have a guest speaker, and we are going to really take you to the next level in the things that you can do and how you can apply them. And I'm just excited. I don't want to reveal too much, because the things we've been talking about and the things that we're going to do, and some of the people we've been talking about that, once we narrow it down as to who's going to be there, is really, really exciting. I'm thinking I need to find somebody else to do my role, and I just want to sit down in the audience and see what else I can learn.
As long as it's not me doing your role, because I don't have Patrick's sense of humor, but I know I can tell you want to share more, which I can appreciate, and it's one of the things I love about the energy and enthusiasm I feel when we're doing this stuff. And I know we want to give you a little nibble, and then know that you're going to come and learn and take away a lot. One thing I wanted to say is that when I've gone to events myself, one of the biggest differentiators for me is it's helped my confidence a lot. And what I mean by that is when I'm in a room with people who are also learning. By the way, including a lot of very accomplished people. I mean, I consider myself, I've worked a long time. I've done a lot of great things in my career, but I'm learning a lot of new stuff in the AI realm. And then I'm around all these people and we're idea sharing and asking each other questions. People are asking me how it's applied to my work and my personal life. And I'm doing the same with them. It actually boosts my confidence and my optimism going forward. Like, oh my gosh, like we're all in this together. And I think that's one of the things, that's one of the energies we'll create at our events is that sense of community and like we're in this together and all learning and growing. I think that's really helpful.
Well, listen, what you just said, Scott, let me give it an analogy to what you said and what it's done for you going to these events. That if you are not familiar with AI, you're not familiar with going to events or workshops, what it's like and where it can translate over to. And that is if you go to the gym, if you want to get healthy, if you want to work out, if you just start going to the gym and you start showing up at the gym, what happens? I mean, yeah, you work out, but everybody can relate. You go to that piece of equipment and you're like, how do I sit down and face the equipment? Does my back go to the equipment? How does this work? But then you kind of hang back and you're doing something else and you watch somebody on the machine
Yeah.
and you're like, oh, okay, that's it. And then you get to meet people, you get to talk to people and you get in that environment and the energy is just there. And before you know it, you know a lot more than you did when you walked in about how to work out, when to work out, how to eat, what not to eat, all of those things just by immersing yourself in that environment. And it's the same with you going to those workshops and anybody out there that wants to learn more, showing up at these workshops and getting the takeaways that you need and getting the comfort level you need to be absorbing what you need to for AI.
This is just, it's just one of those things with all that's going on with AI, with the technology. There's so much, it can be, I don't love this word, it can be overwhelming. I think that's really applicable if you're on X or Instagram all day. There's a lot to absorb. But also the good thing, one of the other good things about events, and you do learn a lot, YouTube as well, you learn a lot on those platforms. But when you're in a room, it tends to be also a little bit more concentrated. Like in the gym, you can focus on one machine, one exercise. Maybe if you're working out with a partner, what are you two sharing with each other? What do you learn? And sometimes I watch the trainers who are in there helping somebody else. I'll just steal a little bit of what they're doing and say, okay, I'm going to take that for myself. It gets to be a little bit more focused in that room with other people. Because boy, if you just scroll, like, oh my gosh, I have like 18 things I need to catch up on in the next 2 days, and then they change again. So I just think there's so much with what's going on in AI and all that's coming out, and as quickly as it is, get in the room with other people. Irrespective of whether you're coming to Patrick and I's events, get in the room with other people. It's going to pay a lot of dividends. Everything from, like I said, from confidence and belief to just, you know what, I actually left here with one really tangible, something new that I learned, as opposed to a little bit about 10 different things. I'd rather leave with one really tangible item.
Correct. It's like a bad book. I'll read a book cover to cover, and even if the book's a struggle, I know at the end of the book, I'm gonna have one good takeaway, right? A good book, you'll have multiple takeaways. So what you need to know if you're new to Scott and I, new to the show, what I can tell you is I am passionate, and I know Scott is as well, of helping other people. I do it in the industry I'm in, which is the trades, air conditioning, plumbing, electrical. I love to see people succeed. I love to see excitement in people when they're introduced to something new. And this is something, Scott, that I'm really excited to do because one, I love teaching. I was a facilitator for an organization where we would teach technicians the fundamentals, basically the soft skills and those type of things. And so this is something I'm really looking forward to. If you ask me, Patrick, what would be a successful day? What would be a successful
Oh, I like
live
that
event?
question.
And my answer would be people come up to me at the end and come up to you and say, "Wow, I didn't know I could do this. I'm gonna start doing this right away. This is gonna save me 5 hours a week just in this one area of my life." And so it's set for various levels. For the most part,
For
it's
sure.
set for the person. If you know nothing about AI, you'll do fine there. If you're using AI, you're using the ChatGPTs, you're using the Claude, but you're basically as takeaway from a previous episode, if you're asking it questions instead of asking it to do things for you, you're going to have takeaways. That will be what a successful event means to me is that the people, the men and women that come out, walk away with something they can put into place right away. And we're going to go from the most simplistic things to a little bit more involved, but not complex, because that's not what this is about. I will tell you, I get on my phone every Sunday morning at 7 a.m. I get a report on all my social media and how it's performing. And then at 7:30, I get a report on my websites. Everything that I can find through Google when I go into my Google Analytics. But this is all digested and given to me, and it's given to me in a format that's even better than my SEO company gives to me. And I pay the SEO company a lot of money. In fact, I started sending this text message to the SEO company. And I'm going to show you some other things you can do. If you have a website, I'm going to show you there how you can check the performance of your website and figure out what you need to do and what you need to improve upon. Do you want a website? We're going to show you how you can build your own website 15 minutes or less. I'm telling you. The other thing, the podcast. Every time the podcast launches, I get a text message. Now, not only do I get a text message that launched and what it's about and tags and keywords, this AI agent I have creates a Instagram reel and posts it to my reels, and creates a LinkedIn post and posts it to my LinkedIn. This is from something I built using AI. I am going to show you how to do it yourself. So go to Take Control AI, check it out, check out the website, sign up for our newsletter, stand by, watch our social medias, stand by for another brief episode. We're going to give all the details real soon on the date and the location and the time, everything you need. Very, very excited about this. Scott?
I knew it. I see. He really wanted to share what you're going to be getting that day, and you did. And I'm glad you did.
I only did surface level stuff.
I know.
I had to touch on some of it because I'm like, I know people are like, come on. It's kind of like, I've been to enough of these things where you get the teasers.
True. Yes. And you just laid out things that people are going to leave the room with knowing how to do. At least get started. They'll get better at it over time. That's real stuff. I've seen him doing it for a while now. It's real stuff, and it's improving several things that you do.
Do you want to lose, I don't know, 15 pounds of fat while gaining muscle in 3 months, 4 months? I'm going to show you how AI can get you there. Yep, you heard me right. This is no joke.
That's bonus material right there.
So it's going to be a fun day. I especially like to make sure people laugh. If you want to see my Chris Farley, Matt Foley impersonation, you're going to have to be there live. That's the only place I do it. I'm just telling you. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for the support. Really, truly appreciate it. We'll be back real soon. And until we are, stay connected.